Bodine 52, how are you folks? I am out on Big Mama, my 2018 ultralimited with my beautiful bride, Mrs. Bodine. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
It is nice to be out cruising, isn't it, Mrs. Bodine?
Yes.
The question is, are we going to be cruising in June? Stay tuned, folks. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Look at that truck. I need one of those. What do you think?
Sure, honey.
Alrighty, folks. We are out and about on a road I come in from work every day. I'll tell you what, other than the trash cans, I got to tell you what, I came back in here in the fall, and the trees on this street are beautiful. And a lot of times when you come back through here, especially if it's early or at sunset, you will see people getting their wedding pictures taken on that road with the trees, which is kind of cool. But I really wanted to talk about us, and we're out cruising today, which is freaking awesome. Which is one of the reasons that I work so hard, so we can get to where we can do this all the time, Mrs. Bodine. And since you won't let me move to Florida, maybe we'll find a way to do that in the winter. But one of the things that we have going on, isn't this nice, folks, is in June of this year, mid-June, we are supposed to be going on a cruise, like a cruise, right, Mrs. Bodine?
Yes.
And the destination is
Alaska.
So this is only our second cruise. 2 years ago, we went to the Western Caribbean, which was dynamite.
Oh, yes.
Weather was fantastic. The sights were great. The water was blue. The ship was great. We went with a good friend of mine and his wife, and actually their 2 adult children, or teenage children, which was, believe it or not, cool. Now, speaking of that, I got to tell you a quick story. So, Mrs. Bodine and myself and my buddy and his wife are in an Irish bar on this cruise ship, which was called Allure of the Seas, one of the second largest Royal Caribbean ship. They say I can't call it a boat, a ship. So we were in this Irish pub. Mrs. Bodine says we had all had a few cocktails, I would say, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah, so we were lit.
Considering we started drinking at 8 a.m. and it was,
That's right. So Mrs. Bodine says to me, "Hey, those people that are sitting behind us, I think I know them." I'm like, it's like 2 couples. I'm like, what do you mean you know them? And she's like, yeah. When I used to work at a daycare, or a learning center, I should say.
Thank you.
As an assistant director or something. I don't know what the heck you did there. By the way, don't call it babysitting. It tickle off your wife. She says, I watched their kids when they were young.
I taught their kids when they were young in pre-K.
All right. And I said to her, we are in the middle of the Caribbean. You haven't seen these people in how many years? 10 years?
Yeah, it was a long time.
And we're on a ship with 5,000 people. Those people are not right next to us. So we decided we were going to make a bet, which is, I don't know, it was like a purse if she wins, a watch if I win. And Mrs. Bodine's like, no, we can't do that. We can't enter it. It's probably not them, but I think it's them. You know, I can't help myself. We've maybe had 1 or 2 cocktails. And so I kind of turned around and I said, I hate to interrupt you, but my wife and I have a bet, and she seems to think that she taught your kids like 15 years ago and that she knows you. And the 2 women look at her and go, Mrs. Bodine! Actually, they didn't say that. They said Donna, which is Mrs. Bodine's real name. And they're all hugging and crap. Now, on top of that, all the kids that she taught were on the cruise. And we actually have a picture, I'm not sure if I can find it for this video, a picture of them all together. Now, let me ask you this. What in the world is the chance of that happening? Could you believe it?
It was divine intervention.
I wanted to go play the lottery, but I was on a ship, so I couldn't.
I was just thinking about them
Really?
weeks prior.
That was really cool, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, back to Alaska. So, we've been pretty psyched about Alaska, but as you now know, the Caronavirus is out. Why did they name that after a beer? How did that get named? And as of this date, we're still, 3 months away. But we are at the point where you're starting to, quite frankly, pay a lot of money. I'm already into this for thousands of dollars, and it's really kind of a cruise that we've been wanting to do forever. It's kind of a bucket list thing. What is this stop sign doing right here?
New.
It's new. I've never been here, so it's really new to me. I think I'm going to stop, though. What do you think?
I think so.
I'm not going to HDR this one. Hey, you mentioned that at lunch, so. But the question now is, are we all too freaked out to go do stuff like that, Mrs. Bodine? And we're going with the same couple and 2 other couples, so there's going to be like 8 of us.
I'm good just as long as the ship's still going.
You're good at it, so.
Yep.
But now, I saw an article this morning where one cruise line is stopping. Well, it's stopping from going to Japan, but they also, this is kind of cool back here, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
The Royal Caribbean has come on and said that, that we can get a refund. Let me rephrase that. If we decide even up to 48 hours before the cruise that we don't want to go, we can get a credit towards another cruise.
Okay.
Well, there's a difference between a credit and a refund when it's thousands and thousands of dollars, right?
I know.
So the bigger payments start coming at the end of this month, and we basically have 2 weeks to say, am I doing this or not doing this? I'm one of those guys that just says, hey, look at that. Look at that road. Isn't that sweet? I'm one of those guys that just says, come on, there's no, What are
Hey, you only live life once. Go for it.
Yeah, but you're also going to be on a ship with 4,500 people.
And that's God's way of making it's God's will.
Is that right?
Yep.
All right. So what do you folks think? What would you do if you were in our situation? And we are really looking forward to Alaska. We got some cool things going. We are going to go whale watching. We're going to take a train through the mountains. What else are we doing? Oh, we're going to go where they have the Iditarod sled dogs and do that. And then 1 or 2 cocktails probably with a bunch of friends. So would you go? What would you do?
Let's call them adult beverages.
Adult, what did I call them?
Adult beverages.
I thought that's what I called them.
Call them cocktails. Oh, you call them cocktails. I call them adult beverages.
Is that right? Well,
yeah.
Tomato. So that is the question, folks. Should we go on this cruise anyway? Let's say, heck with it. Let's roll the dice.
Everybody get on board with Mrs. Bodine and let's go.
You're a little bit spunky for not being on a bike for a while, aren't you? What's up with that? All right, folks. Let me know, what do you think? Should we stay or should we go? Isn't that a song?
Isn't that a song? I was going to say, isn't that a song? Should we go?
All right. I think we're going, but I don't know, folks. If we don't, we will definitely do some sort of motorcycle trip. That is for sure. But that's all I got, Mrs. Bodine. The cruise story. What is going on there? Man, the chick on that bike is sitting up high.
I'm telling you. Must got some shock absorbers on that bike.
I know it. A lot of people are out and about today, which is awesome. I saw some Instagram photos of Bronco Ride and his bride out, which is nice. And I was going to like it and comment, but I've been in Instagram jail for 5 days now.
Why?
I'll have to share that story later.
Uh-oh.
All right, folks, that is it. Speaking of jail, this looks like a jail bus.
That's a church bus.
Is that right?
Oh, my goodness, honey.
What?
Mr. Bodine, I don't know. You must have left your brain part in Florida.
Nice. Nice. That is it. I'm not even going to ask her if she has any last words, and she just said I had a brain fart.
I didn't say that. I said brain part.
America. Oh, okay then. Any last words then, Mrs. Bodine?
Be safe on and off the motorcycle, and hug and love your children and your significant others.
Should they subscribe if they don't subscribe to our channel?
Yes. And if you don't subscribe to our channel, please do so.
Wait. Did you say our channel?
Yeah.
Oh. Goodbye, folks. Be safe.